Just wanted to show you guys my proudest capture. Tonight, we are making breakfast for dinner, and through a series of unfortunate events, I let all my smoker pellets get ruined for the smoker. I normally make our bacon and our salsa on the smokers with the grease strips off and the whole house doesn't smell like bacon. But tonight, we did it in the oven instead, which I don't really care for as much, but there's a silver lining. Did the bacon on the trays, grease strips off, and I get some clean, clear, premium bacon grease. Ran it through a milk filter in the funnel just so it's really, really clean. That actually is better because you get these little bits of meat and stuff out and hope it not go rancid on you or have a risk of going rancid. But this is going to be excellent stuff because lately I've been in the habit of making fresh fried eggs and sausage or something every day for breakfast, and I feel so much better having protein for breakfast versus cereal or some garbage like that. So I'm really happy to have captured this bacon grease, and of course it's free because I've been frying my eggs in my cast iron here, and after a couple of days it seems like the pot will get a little dry, and so I put in a little dash of vegetable oil. Well, that's not going to be necessary anymore. I got my bacon grease. So just to show off for you guys, tonight we got a good spread, breakfast for dinner, pancakes, scrambled eggs, sausage, and bacon. It's going to be delish. This is what we like to do on a rainy, nasty day when we're flooded in the house. Just cook, and just stockpile food and have a good day. But I'm super excited about some bacon grease. Hey guys, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit real quick. Hopefully it's quick. I'm never that quick when I get to talking to the camera, but I wanted to go over just a quick lesson here over at Alonso's job. And this is something that people don't necessarily think about when they buy raw land and they're trying to figure out what they want to do with it and how they're going to afford it and what all their plan is. A lot of people down here, they want to buy a half acre in the country or an acre in the country or 5 acres, and they want to have a little house pad and a little yard and maybe a little pond. But I think a lot of people don't know how to put that together up front, and what they see, especially on the smaller tracks, what they see people do is, oh, well, we'll just buy dirt. It'll only be 30 truckloads, only be 40 truckloads. Not that big of a deal, $100 a load. And it's not if you're only getting 30 or 40 loads, you're $3,000 or $4,000 or whatever. That's not horrible. But what I've found is the dirt disappears. Like it just goes away. You could dump 100 loads of dirt back here and spread it out, and it's just like, I don't know what happened. I mean, my own driveway is built up 2 feet on average by 250 feet long, and it was like over 100 loads. I mean, it's crazy. So we got ourselves in a little bit of a pickle here with Alonso's place, because when he originally asked me to bid this job, I said, oh, well, he said, oh yeah, just clear 2 acres, and this little quadrant was to be the pond. Obviously, you can see what I'm getting to here. We've cleared more, but this little quadrant was to be the pond, and that was to build up his house pad. Well, he never told me what size the house pad needed to be, so I never ran the math to see if it was really realistic, and it wasn't. So we started finally hauling dirt out of the pond to haul over to the house pad, and we got about a quarter of the pad built up halfway, maybe. And we're out of dirt. And so, I told Alonso, this was a couple weeks ago, I said, look, man, I'll stretch your pond as much as I can, but given the plans that he wants, see, the driveway is going to come right through here, the main driveway, and then he's going to have an access driveway that comes in over there. So we couldn't go any further east, because then you lose his access driveway. We could have shifted the driveway. We could have come in and wrapped around to the east more. You could have gone further east, but he didn't want to. He wants to reserve that space over there for more of a lawn. And we couldn't go any further south because obviously this is the driveway as well. So the option was to go north or west, which right through Rosie's Boom. West is closer to the main road. North is closer to the side road. It's a little bit smaller road, but either way, closer to the road, less tree barrier for privacy. But my point of this whole video, like I said, it's not quick. My point of the whole video was when it came to light that there wasn't going to be enough dirt, and we were really thinking through options, Alonso called me one day and he said, hey man, I got this guy says he'll deliver clay to me, deliver dirt for $10 a yard. $10 a yard. What's $10 a yard? You know, 13, 14 yard truck, it's 140 bucks. It's not that bad. And I said, Alonso, you know, that doesn't sound that bad, except that your house pad is 300 yards per foot, and we're lifting it 3 feet. I said, that's $3,000 per foot. That's $9,000 worth of dirt that you have to buy, okay? And that's just hauled in and dumped. That's not spread out. That's not compacted. That's nothing. That's just hauled in and dumped. Plus, he needs dirt to go on his driveway to raise it up here, which we're going to use overburden for that. It's not clay, but it's going to work for a low-impact driveway. And he needs dirt all over there. And he needs dirt to build up all of his lawn. So, you know, I said, Alonso, there's just, you know, I said, I appreciate you looking for options, and I'm not telling you what to do. If you want to spend your money to buy dirt, go buy dirt. I said, but you have dirt. He's got 10 acres of dirt. I said, you just got to figure out where to dig another hole or make this hole bigger. And so that's what we finally settled on. We're expanding the pond. He said, let's take out 2 more rows of pine trees and move all of that dirt as well onto the pad. Now, I ran the math on it real quick, assuming that we keep the same slope on this western pond bank, so we just shift the whole slope over about 40 to 50 feet. I calculated that, you know, you can get a cube of dirt that way, essentially, was my estimate. And I think I figured up about 700 yards of overburden and about 1,000, almost 1,100 yards of clay. That's assuming 4 feet of overburden, 6 feet of clay, because he doesn't want the pond too deep. So my point is, if he had bought all 1,800 yards at $10 a yard, that's $18,000 plus the cost to spread it and level it, because I'm doing all that as part of my quote. Now, my quote is insanely cheap, and I know that, but I'm still giving Alonso this good neighbor deal. I kind of started this project in with him, and it's kind of my playground, you know, other than my own property. But, you know, I probably could have charged a lot more, but that's not the point. But anyway, so my additional cost to clear a little bit more and dig and move this dirt is significantly less than what he was going to pay just to buy dirt. Plus, he gets the ground cleared, which I'm taking the timber, but he gets that ground clearing done, which would have cost him money. And he gets a bigger pond. Who doesn't want a bigger pond, right? So my whole point was, you know, if you're working on a rural property project like this of your own, or you're thinking about it, you really have to try to look at the bigger picture. Take it all into account, everything that you think you might want to do, and really consider the asset that you have your hands on. Consider the value of the timber, consider the value of the dirt, the space that you have, all of that stuff. Because I think a lot of people, it slips them, and they just go, oh no, I'll just buy dirt. And then maybe sometime in the future I'll dig a pond. Maybe sometime in the future I'll have a little bit of logs taken off. And they don't think about the big picture if they could do it all up front, all at once. Now, if you tell them, hey, look, it's going to cost you, you know, $15,000, $20,000, and I'll come in and do all of this at once, a lot of people get gun shy, right? Oh my God, that's way too expensive. But if you can explain it to people and say, look at what you have now, look at the pond that you have, look at the land that you've cleared, and you show them the comparable value. Okay, had I just come in here off prices that I've been quoted lately, had I just come into Alonso's place and just cleared 2 acres, that would have been $8,000 to $10,000. Would have been the cost to just come in and clear it. Had I then dug out what pond we have now, what pond we will have, it's going to be almost a half-acre pond. That would have been another $20,000, you know, or whatever. And, you know, and 2, I'm doing, you know, the hauling and spreading and everything, which all that stuff, I guess hauling and spreading probably would have been rolled into the cost of digging a pond from somebody. But anyway, I know I'm rambling and losing light, so you guys can't hardly see me. But my point is, you know, Alonso is getting a hellacious deal. He's getting a better deal than I got at my own property, because I had to learn the hard way, unfortunately, before I bought my own machines. And unfortunately, as I've had other neighbors ask me since the Alonso job, hey, can you give me Alonso's price? No, I can't. Because even with Alonso's job now getting extended, and me, you know, being able to charge him more, my costs on this job it's pecked away over years. You know, we're 18 months into it, over that now. And no, I haven't worked on it for 18 months, but just the fuel cost sneaks up on you. The maintenance, obviously, I mean, the slack adjuster braking, that was $1,500 plus cost to, you know, actually do the repair. Probably closer to $2,000 when you figure in everything, plus the lost time, you know. So you take in just grease and oil and all that. This is not a cheap service to provide to people. They want you to have it cheap. They want it to be cheap. You know, oh, hey man, you own the machine, why can't you cut me a deal? Well, because when it breaks, are you going to pay to fix it? No. Well, okay then. That's why, because I'm charging you, you know, I'm really not charging you a lot for me to sit in the cab. What I'm charging you for is the use of the machine, because this machine is gonna break again, and when it does, I have to have that money to fix it. So anyway, tangent, I'm ranting again. Point is, you're looking at raw land, you're not sure what you want to do, you're not sure how much it should cost, or you want it to cost, or what you want to do. I can help. Maybe I'm marketing myself now, but I can help. It really pays to sit down, look at the big picture, look at the big plan, and consider trying to do it all up front, or at least have a plan up front on the phases, how you're going to do it, how, you know, when you're going to do what, so you can figure it in. If you do the mistake of the other people who buy dirt, okay, fine, they buy 50 loads of dirt up front, $5,000. They pay somebody to spread that dirt for them. That's another couple $1,000s. Then in a couple of years, they decide to dig a pond. Now you pay to go. Now you pay somebody to move your dirt again. Some of those people haul that dirt off. I don't need the dirt, you can take it. And that's where guys that are in the excavation business can actually do okay, because they get paid to dig a pond and they haul the dirt off and sell it to somebody else that needs it. So think about your project, think about the bigger picture, and you'll find that you can actually do a lot with rural undeveloped land very affordably if you just have a good plan.